Hey Finxters, how's it going? Peter here with another video. I'm actually driving right now, but I thought while I'm driving I could go ahead and discuss the recent article that I wrote regarding how to remove an object from a list in Python. We'll go over 5 different ways to do this, so I'll probably talk about maybe 2 of them while I'm driving, and then when I continue off with the other ones, you'll probably see me with a different background. But anyways, we'll go ahead and get into it. So with a Python list, there are some built-in functions to delete objects or elements in your list. The first one that we'll go over is the remove. So if we have a list, let's say we have a food list with some strings of food. We'll go ahead and populate it with let's say pizza, fries, and tacos, and then we can call a built-in list function remove on the food list, and then we specify whatever item that we want to delete. So for example, we could delete, if we want to delete fries, then we just call food and then the remove function, and then we pass in fries as a string. So that is remove, and if you can't pass in the index, so you're not able to pass in like the fries index value, which is 1. So just keep that in mind, that you do have to pass in the actual value. I think for the next one, the next built-in list function to delete is pop. So this one, just a little bit of background. The reason why I think it's called pop is there's a data structure in computer science called stack. So if you kind of visually picture a stack of plates, so if you were to add a plate, it just goes kind of one on top of the other. So every time you add one, it's on top of it. You can visually picture that you're just adding a plate on top of another plate. The terminology normally used to add an item to your stack is push, and then to remove an item from the stack, it's pop. So whenever you push an object, every time you push a new object, it'll kind of be on top of it, and then when you pop an object, you're always popping the last item on the list. So in Python, they have the pop function, and then to add an item to a list, it's actually append. So we'll go ahead and illustrate that here. We can create our food list again, and then we'll append food items. We'll append a pizza, and then append fries, and then append tacos, and then we'll go ahead and call food.pop, and then as you can see, the last item is deleted and returned. I forgot to mention, well, when you pop an item from a list, it's returned. So you can actually pass or assign this into a variable if you needed to. And then with pop, you can also specify. Python doesn't limit you to just popping the last item in the list or stack. You can actually specify an index value. So if you wanted to, you could pop the first item, just specify 0, and then again you would get the return value for that first item. So let's see. So that's remove and pop. Another list function is clear, and then as expected, that by the name, it'll clear everything. So you're pretty much resetting your list to back to an empty list when you call the clear function. So remove, pass in the value, pop. If there's
in 300 meters, Use the left lane
if
to
there's
M4
no
James
value,
Roos Drive to Granville to M4 Western Motorway.
if there's no value, then you pop the last item, and then but then if you do pass in a index value, that's what you'll get, and then the item is returned, and then clear. That's pretty self-explanatory. That will reset your list back to an empty list. Okay, so I think I'll stop for now, and then I'll continue later on. So I'll see you in the next one. I forgot to mention on the remove function, what remove does is it'll delete the first occurrence of that item. So in other words, if you have duplicate items and you call remove, it'll delete the first one. So we'll just do a quick example. Let's say we have a list of temperatures, and then I'll create duplicate values. Right, so then if we delete if we call remove on the first one, or I'll call it on 26, right? So once we call that, and then as you can see, the 26 was the first item, and then so now it's been deleted, and then you can see the second one is still there. So yeah, that's I forgot to mention that, so I apologize. But yeah, with remove, you're removing the first occurrence. We'll do it again. We'll do it on let's say 27, and then once you remove it, then that one is gone, and then the other 27 is still there. So yeah, remove first occurrence. The next one I wanted to go over was the del statement. So with del, it's just starting off with the keyword del, and then your list, and then you would put in use bracket notation. So going back to that pop function, excuse me, where you specify the index. With that, remember it's actually returning the item too. So if you don't need the item to be returned, you just need to delete the object. That's where you can use the del statement. So we'll do an example here. Let's have our list of temperatures, and then if we delete, we can specify which one we want to delete, and then it will not be returned. So that's if you want to just delete one item. Del also works with Python slicing, so you can specify a range of objects to delete. So with Python slicing, that's you specify, you have your list, and then in bracket notation, you start off with the start. You would specify start, stop, and step. So, and then it'll be delimited by a colon. So let's do an example. Let's say we wanted to delete. I'll write some duplicates in here. So let's say these temperatures. Let's say we have 19 for every other one. And then if we wanted to delete those, we could specify that with our start, stop, and step. So we'll start on the first one, and then we will indicate our stopping, and then our step would be 2. In this case, we want to delete every other one. So this is how you would type it out. Then as you can see, every other one was deleted. In this case, it was 19. So now all the 19s are deleted. Also with del, with Python slicing, you can also use the negative notation. So if we wanted to delete the last item, you could either specify the positive integer for that, or you could just say -1. So let's show that. Okay. What else? Del statement. You can also accomplish the same thing as the clear function, which deletes everything from your list, and then resets it to an empty list. So with the del statement, you would type del and then the name of your list, and then in brackets you would just have an empty bot for the start and stop. So it would just have a colon inside the bracket to indicate the whole list. So that's how you would, an alternate way to clear the list. And then just FYI, a third way to clear the list is just to specify your list with the colon inside the brackets, and then assign that to just an empty list. So that's another way to clear it. I think that's it for del, and then let's go over our last method, which is list comprehension, to delete items in your list. So that's what you're doing there, is using list comprehension, and then specifying a condition that you want. So it'll probably be better if I show an example. So for this example, we'll import our string module, the built-in module string. String has some built-in variables or constants. So the one we'll use for this example is called the string.printable, which is all the printable characters. So you've got all the lowercase letters, uppercase, digits, and you have all the punctuation, all the symbols. But as you can see here, you also have all the white space. So let's start off by making a list of the printable characters. And then we'll use list comprehension to delete all the white space, right? So our main goal is just to have everything except all the white space. And then there is a constant that has all the white space, which is called string.whitespace. So this is what that is. Okay, so then let's use list comprehension to accomplish this. So we'll just say x for x in our list, and then as long as the x is not in the white space, then that'll remain in there, and then the white space will get deleted. So this is how we type that out. And then as you can see, all the white space are now gone. So yeah, that's how you use list comprehension to delete. Another quick example, let's say we needed even numbers. Let's say we had a list of all the numbers, and then we'll use list comprehension to delete all the odd numbers, right? So let's create our list of numbers. We'll call it even numbers, even though it's not even yet. So now we have all the numbers from 1 to 100. And then if we want to delete all the odd numbers, so let's use list comprehension. We would just say x for x in our list. If x is, so the way to say an even number is the modulus, or it has, when you divide by 2, it has a 0 remainder. So that's how you would do that. So yeah, that's how you would delete all the odd numbers. Yeah, so list comprehension, that's a really cool way to delete objects from your list. I think that's everything. Hopefully this video turns out good. While I'm driving, I'm talking, and then I'll have to put in the code after I finish this. So I'll see how it turns out. Check out the article. Hopefully you can use it as a reference in case you forget how to delete something from your list. If you're a Finxter member, then just and you have any questions, just reach out to me in the community, in the Discord channel. If you're not a Finxter member, I highly recommend consider joining if you want to learn about Python and freelancing. Yeah, so with that said, I will end this now, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys, bye.